Stuff, man. That's what I'm waiting on, the anime on Jujutsu.
Oh
That'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
fire.
People would probably go crazy for that one.
Like in the style of Haikyuu or Blue
Or
Lock.
Blue
They
Lock,
just get
definitely Blue Lock.
they get real
Puzzle
detail with
pieces
it.
flying in the sky. It's like, oh no, wait, I have him. Lock
Right,
in.
right, right. Yeah, all the mental stuff. It's like,
Yeah. All right, we're back. We're live, Kev.
two Weebz in the pod. Episode 30. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Insert applause sound here.
Yeah, big 3-0.
Okay. DanDadan Recap. Episode 7-12. Yo, what's good, man? How you been?
Been all right. Can't complain. New year starting off right.
Yeah, man. Already got a goal accomplished. We had a promotion ceremony at our martial arts Jujutsu Academy. I got my purple belt.
Oh yeah.
So
Purple?
yeah, it goes white, beginner, blue, and I've been the blue belt since like 2016, 2017, and now purple. And then after that, it's brown and then black.
Oh, okay, all right. So you right in the middle.
Getting them?
Yeah.
Yup.
How many? How many years has it been?
I started this journey like since 2015 when I first came back up to upstate, and yeah, and then COVID happened. I was on a little break there, but then got back into it after that. And
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's been going strong.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, yup.
Yeah, I think I heard like some MMA guy was like, yeah, he got a black belt in 10 years, and they're like, that's hard to do. Like, oh wow. I guess.
Yeah, compared to like judo, karate, they don't just hand out belts. Like you be 8 years old and get a 3rd degree black belt in judo or whatever, or karate. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. But it's typical, like minimum 10 years in Brazilian jiu-jitsu to get your black belt. So.
I seen one of those. Somebody uploaded on YouTube. I seen like a not gruesome, but it's like a promotion challenge. Maybe like you gotta like grapple your peers, and it's like a gauntlet.
Yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, some schools are good for that. So the professor or the teacher can rank your skills. They'll put you through some challenges. Especially for like black belt. Yeah, you got to go through the ringer for that. Typically. Yeah, I've seen some of those before. It's good stuff, man. That's what I'm waiting on, the anime on Jujutsu.
Oh yeah. People would probably go crazy for that one.
Like in the style of Haikyuu or Blue Lock.
Blue Lock, definitely Blue Lock.
They get
Puzzle
detail with
pieces
it.
flying in the sky. It's like, oh no, wait, I have him. Lock in.
Right. Yeah, all the mental stuff.
Yeah.
That'll be fire.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
A couple episodes, I asked a question. I don't know if we answered it yet. I said what anime would translate well as a live action. Did we answer that before? We were looking at Tokyo Ghoul live action.
Yeah, we did. I did bring it up because there is a Tokyo Ghoul live action, but it didn't. I don't think it got got good praises. No. I'm not too sure, but it's out there. It makes sense too. It's just people, like obviously there are like special effects, but I think it's minimal compared to like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or something like that, where you.
Right. Do you think DanDadan would translate well as live action, or it's too much going on?
I've been on Instagram and I've seen the clips of people dressed up as the characters, and I wouldn't mind a live action version of it. The special effects is what makes or breaks a good live action adaptation, because how you doing the big hand that she grabs people with and throw them across the room or stuff like that. So
right.
Characters wise, costumes wise, it could work, but it's always the special effects that's like, ugh, that's kind of cringe. But for whatever works, it works perfectly in like animation.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? What we got coming up? What's new?
Anime news. Actually, I haven't been caught up on the news. Let me take a sneak peek. I might have sent something to you. Let me see.
Oh yeah, they ranked best episodes.
Yeah, best episodes. I think they're releasing Hell's Paradise season 2 trailer. That might be out in about.
Oh, when is that? Oh, they haven't released the trailer yet.
Yeah, let me check that one.
I don't even remember how they ended the other one off here. You did send me something. Check the chat.
Let me see. Oh yeah, they do got a trailer. Yeah, we might get it 4 weeks ago. I guess they just dropping out stuff. Okay.
Honey lemon soda? You heard of that? What the fuck? Bogus skill, haven't heard of these.
Okay. I think we also got.
Sakamoto.
I think there was like a anime awards.
Yeah, Crunchyroll Awards this time of year?
I don't think it was Crunchyroll, but I could be wrong. Let me see. Is it January? Okay, so Crunchyroll Anime Awards is April 3rd to the 14th.
Really? Okay.
And we got some interesting categories, but I think there was some other awards, other award shows that already was presented. I was trying to find those out, but you might catch that on another episode.
That's what's up. Of course, you got DreamCon at the end of May 30th, June 1st. Yeah. Are we checking out? Did you watch Sakamoto yet?
I didn't watch it yet. I've been too like in on his Solo Leveling that
yeah.
I don't know. We could always double dip, I think for sure we got to get on Solo Leveling season 2 because
for sure, yeah.
It's fire.
Let's get
fire.
This DanDadan out the way to stay canon, and go with Solo Leveling.
Yes, sir. And that's all I really have for the news segment.
Nice. Moving on. Okay, so we're gonna try to wrap up episodes 7 through 12 of DanDadan. Plot synopsis, spoiler alerts. Bear with me. I'm here on the wiki page. Synopsis. Momo and Okaru managed to pull acrobatics away from Aira after a fierce battle. However, Aira herself had lost her life as a side effect, being eaten by a yokai monster. Facing Aira in such a crisis, Acrobatic Silky has a surprising proposal. So, this plot's not too long. I'll just read through it. This is episode 7. Titled To a Kinder World. Okay. Acrobatic Silky pursues Momo and Okaru as they attempt to keep an unconscious Aira out of her reach. Despite the crowded building, Okaru, in his terrible granny form, is directed by Momo to persist in carrying Aira, luring Acrobatic Silky in pursuit with a plan in mind. After overpowering Momo, Acrobatic Silky chases Okaru and nearly separates him from Aira. However, Acrobatic Silky's attempt to seize Aira is thwarted when her damaged hair becomes entangled in the building beams, aligning with Momo's strategy. As she struggles to escape, Momo seizes her legs with her psychic powers and urges Okaru to attack. Acrobatic Silky using Turbo Granny's power, catching him off guard as he lacks prepared attack. Eventually, Okaru capitalizes on his speed to charge Acrobatic acrobatic Silky, taking her down after she is sent crashing back. Victorious, Momo and Okarun recover the Kintama, I guess that's what they call him, the golden ball, from Ira, but are informed by Turbo Granny that Ira is dead. Okay. So they were squabbling, and then Ira turned out dead. After checking her pulse, Okarun confirms that Turbo Granny was correct. Ira is indeed dead, having been previously consumed by a yokai. Despite Turbo Granny's assertion that it was too late, Momo and Okarun desperately attempt to resuscitate her by massaging her heart. Oh yeah, that was crazy. She was pulling the Sakura.
Yeah,
Remember that in Naruto? She was doing the CPR with their psychic hands.
Wait, did Sakura do that in Naruto?
She did that on one. She did that on one episode to Naruto. I forgot which one, but she was like using her chakra to massage the heart. That's what it reminded me of.
That's cool. Hold on, I don't remember.
I don't know if that was. That might have been the Ninja War.
Yeah,
it was something.
Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah. CPR and having Turbo Granny call an ambulance. On guard after witnessing Acrobatic Silky's rise, they are taken aback when the yokai offers to help save Ira, but by transferring her own aura into the girl. This generation these days care about aura points so bad. Momo expresses skepticism about Acrobatic Silky's intentions, prompting the yokai to tear out her own mouth as a vow not to harm Ira again. Still wary, Momo instructs Okarun to remain vigilant in his Turbo Granny form while she tentatively agrees to Acrobatic Silky's plan to transfer her aura to Ira using her psychic powers. As the process begins, Momo glimpses into Acrobatic Silky's past life as a hardworking mother who cherished the time she spent raising her beloved daughter, culminating in the heartbreaking decision to end her own life by dancing off a building after her child was forcibly removed from her. Yeah, that was a crazy scene. Wrapping up. In a crowd while grappling with forgotten memories, the mother encounters a young girl, Ira, who mistakenly believes she is her mother. After Ira goes back to her father, being reminded by him that her mother is no longer with them and that she must stay strong, Acrobatic Silky starts to think she was Ira's mother in a past life and feels compelled to protect her, resulting in her transformation into a yokai. Witnessing Acrobatic Silky's history, Momo cries, leading Okarun to suspect foul play and prepares to confront Acrobatic Silky. Momo, however, urges Okarun not to attack, revealing that Ira has miraculously returned to life. As the revival succeeds, Acrobatic Silky expresses remorse to Ira and begins to disintegrate. Turbo Granny reveals to Momo that Acrobatic Silky, haunted by regrets and without her aura, is doomed to be forgotten instead of passing on. Amidst this tragedy, Acrobatic Silky recalls her own child and laments her failings as a mother, wishing for Acrobatic Silky to pass over to the afterlife. Ira embraces her, calls her mother, and professes her love, resulting in the yokai successfully achieving nirvana. Ira then expresses a wish for Acrobatic Silky and her child to find a better place beyond.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this episode 7 was like super not emotional, but like heart wrenching. You know, it really got to the deeper character of Ira and how she's like apparently like this lost child, or at least from the Acrobatic Silky's standpoint. And it's like deeply touching moments in this episode. So it's pretty lit. This episode was really good. I think it got really highly rated for that week.
Yeah, I was hoping there'd be more episodes like this where they get to the emotional side of it, backstories.
The why the yokai is doing the things they doing. Yeah. Good stuff.
Happy true. They really be believing that. Just like what's the other joint? With the curses. I'm blanking on names. Yeah, of course. JJK. They be telling all the emotions and unrequited stuff keeps them like in that spirit realm. Yep.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. It seems like a repeating symbolism is that like the fears, like the fears that people have on a day to day, like, oh, I fear guns, or I fear volcanoes, or I fear that negative emotion towards those things creates these curses. I don't know if that's like a Japanese culture thing, but it keeps repeating itself in anime form. I was just
Yeah, no.
rewatching
All right.
Chainsaw Man, and it said something really
Mm,
similar, like the gun devil this, and everybody hates guns and fears guns, and that's why the gun devil's so strong and stuff like that. So
right, right, right.
it's like some repeating symbolism here. I'm trying to figure out, is this just Japanese culture bleeding into the anime?
Yo, yo.
Mm-hmm.
We be doing that in American culture too. Like Freddy Krueger, he
Mm-hmm.
loses his heart when people forget about him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Want to move on to the next episode, 8?
Yes, sir. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Uh, let's just get through this.
And if you
Take this
haven't
one
watched,
back.
y'all should definitely go watch. But it's just we're recapping it, but there's some of the good like animations, the sound, all of that good stuff is happening, the visuals. So you for sure should be watching. Hopefully the recap is might lead you over there if it hasn't. But
Okay, episode 8. I've got this funny feeling is the title. Okay. After the conflict with Acrobatic Silky is concluded, Ira dines with Momo, Okarun, Seiko, and Turbo Granny at the Ayase house. Momo, realizing that Ira is still hostile towards her after having dropped a basin on her during their first encounter, admits to having gone too far and apologizes to her. However, she demands that Ira also apologize to Okarun for making fun of him at that time. Ira responds by stating that she does not harbor a grudge against Momo for this action, rather, she perceives Momo as a demon and her enemy who she must defeat. This prompts a heated argument in which Momo asserts that she is not a demon. Ira then shifts her focus to Okarun and Saiko, claiming that the boy's transformation into the Turbo Granny and the grandmother's youthful and beautiful appearance serve as evidence supporting her belief that Momo and the others are indeed demons. The two girls continue their argument, with Ira warning Momo that she will eventually confront her again. Momo retorts that she accepts Ira's challenge. Before departing, Ira inquires of Okarun why he chose to save her despite being a demon. Okarun replies that it is natural for a person to help others, which surprises Ira as she assumes that he still has some humanity. She then tells him that she will come to liberate him from Momo's influence and blushes as she exits, shocking Momo in the process. Later, Okarun joyfully has his ball returned to his proper place in a game of baseball between Turbo Granny and Psycho. It's crazy.
got his ball back. Only one, but
Right. Yo, this show. The following day, school Momo suggests to Okarun to convene on the rooftop during to discuss the whereabouts of his other ball. However, Okarun informs her that he prefers to utilize that time as well as after to complete a report. After complying to have him be by himself, Momo opts to spend lunch with Miko and Muko, but starts to suspect that Okarun was concealing something from her. Miko contemplates that it might pertain to a girl, though she denies this. Momo's thoughts drift towards Ira after yesterday. While going out to get a few drinks for herself and Miko, Momo begins to wonder why she's feeling uneasy and contemplates checking in on Okarun. In an unforeseen turn of events at the courtyard, Momo is taken aback to notice Okarun on top of Ira. Damn, at the school?
mm-hmm.
Couple more paragraphs. While outside the school, Okarun trains privately as Saiko instructed him to better prepare himself for his and Momo's next encounter with another paranormal enemy. Unexpectedly, he receives a visit from Ira, who tries confessing her feelings for him by giving him a kiss. Okarun backs away in shock and asks Ira why she thought it would be appropriate to do this, to which she responds that she is currently being guided by books that belong to her father's. There you go. As the romantically inexperienced Ira attempts to express her feelings, again, Okarun tries to block her advances and accidentally falls on top of her. Okarun is then shocked to see Momo observing the two in a misunderstood situation. After Momo expresses her disappointment and storms off back to class, Okarun pursues her to clarify what happened, only for Momo to refuse to listen to him after he lied about wanting to finish her report. Later during a class lesson about the mantis shrimp, Momo struggles to overcome the earliest incident, which shows as Miko and Muko believe that she is being possessed by the spirit of the mantis shrimp. Meanwhile, Okarun hopes to reconcile with Momo later. It's foreboding. Okarun then becomes astonished to find the floor flooded with water and his classroom mysteriously empty. Upon leaving the halls, he encounters Ira, who believes that Momo had created this mysterious setting. Okarun informs her that he has been in this apartment. Meanwhile, Momo realizes that she cannot open the windows to escape and wonders if Okarun is experiencing the same predicament, a wonder that quickly turns into frustration as she thinks about him. She then hears a noise approaching and looks to see a snake-like creature in the distance. Momo hides from the creature but inadvertently creates a ripple in the water, prompting it to unleash a blast from mouth that destroys the classroom she's in. Fortunately, Momo evades the attack and wonders about Okarun's whereabouts after the creature departs. Simultaneously, Okarun and Ira are startled by the noise. Recalling a similar encounter when he and Momo confronted the Flatwoods monster, Okarun explains to Ira that their sole means of escape is to defeat the alien who has appeared at school. They are soon confronted by a crab-headed alien that launches an assault. Okarun transforms into his Turbo Granny form, swiftly pulls Ira out of his harm's way, and directs her to relocate as he engages the alien. However, Okarun is overpowered by psychokinesis and reverts to his normal form after the Serpos approach him. After deflecting Ira to prevent her interference, who they wonder how she is able to enter their void, the Serpos inform Okarun that they have come for his reproductive organs to acquire his supernatural power he last demonstrated to them. Okarun explains to them that the power they witnessed was cursed at the time and finds himself unable to enter his Turbo Granny form. As the Serpos bring out a pair of giant scissors to get ready and extract his banana organ, oh my god, Ira enters a form resembling acrobatic Silky and rescues Okarun by manipulating her hair to strike back at the Serpos. Having done so, Ira expresses how she is indeed the chosen one and demands for the Serpos to release Okarun.
Yeah, I really like this episode. It's a bunch of like non-stop action, and they're in like it's like a flooded high school or flooded alley. I mean, not alleyway, a flooded hallway in a high school primarily, and everything is flooded, but it's like you can. If you look up, you see like a mirror of yourself, I think, and it's just like it's a weird like surrounding. I can't really describe it, but like
yeah. My bad.
Yeah, it was at one point. Oh no, I should say every surface you could swim on, right? So you can swim on the wall, you can swim on the walls, you can swim on the ceiling, and it's kind of weird to depict it, but. It was cool. I like the animation. I like the colors they used in it. It's pretty dope. Getting after it.
Yeah, definitely. The Alien released this domain expansion.
Definitely a domain expansion.
It's a parallel universe domain expansion. But some similar rules they couldn't leave until somebody died. So very JK vibes. And then it's revealed that Ira, the new character with the pink hair, can turn into that yokai Silky, acrobatic Silky.
Yeah, acrobatic.
Could have came up with a better name on that, but
yeah, I think that they're keeping it light. They're keeping it sort of comedic. Can't knock them for that one.
Alright, running through it. Episode 9, titled Merge, Serpo, Dover, Demon, Nessie. Following the attack on the Serpos, away from Okarun, Ira inquires about his well-being but becomes embarrassed to look at him in the nude. Oh yeah, they naked. Interpreting this as an indication that he wishes to advance their relationship to a deeper level. The Serpo realizes that Ira possesses superhuman abilities similar to Okarun, explaining her capacity to interdimensional space, and orders the crab-headed alien to engage Ira in close combat while he attacks her from a distance using his psychic. Ira successfully dodges all the punches thrown at her by the crab-headed alien, kicks him into the ceiling where his head becomes lodged and prepares to confront the Serpo. However, the alien utilizes his psychic power to pin Ira against the wall and expresses delight at discovering more than one human with superhuman capabilities to harvest. After freeing his head, the crab-headed alien delivers a powerful punch to Ira, propelling her through a classroom. Okarun intervenes to protect Ira from the Serpo, but is once again subdued by the alien's awesome zone that negates yokai powers. The crab-headed alien then begins to assault Okarun while he's down. However, Okarun manages to propel himself at the alien after Momo arrives to counter the Serpo with psychokinesis. While the aliens react in shock to have the misfortune of reuniting with her, Momo berates Okarun for being involved with Ira, makes a remark to once again see the faces of her former enemies. With Momo present, the Serpo expresses disappointment that the subordinate creature they brought along failed to accomplish its mission to eliminate her. While Okarun is pleased to see Momo again, she instructs him not to look at her while he is still lacking clothing. Although she was displeased that Momo was the one to save her, Ira requests that she fights alongside her to defeat the Serpos. Momo then reacts in shock upon seeing Ira appear as acrobatic Silky. While expressing her willingness to cooperate with Momo, Ira asserts her refusal to relinquish Kin. As a result of her hearing Okarun's real name, Momo falls back flustered and accidentally seizes her psychokinesis, causing Okarun and Ira to succumb to the Serpo psychokinesis once again. While the two yokai power wielders once again succumbing to their psychokinesis, the Serpo seizes this opportunity to compel their crab-headed subordinate to fight for them by administering a performance-boosting serum, much to his disapproval. In his enhanced mantis shrimp-like form, the crab-headed alien assaults Okarun and Ira with shockwave punches while they are unable to move. However, Momo soon manages to regain her composure, becomes prompted to demand Ira not to say Okarun's full name while in her presence, and uses her psychic power to counter the Serpo's awesome zone. The Serpo subsequently instructs the crab alien to focus on Momo. Nevertheless, Okarun and Ira transform to combat the crab alien, successfully gaining the upper hand as Okarun skillfully maneuvers Ira out of the path of the crab alien's fast punches, allowing her to strike at his weak points. Although they collaborate effectively, Momo cautions them against fighting too closely to avoid becoming easier. Ira misconstrues this criticism as jealousy on Momo's part, which Momo refutes while Okarun acknowledges the soundness of Momo's advice, but inadvertently causes her to lose focus on her psychokinesis after making a comment reminiscent of Ken Takakura, her idol. In the interim, the crab alien expresses disappointment upon learning that the Serpos intend to penalize him for his subpar in battle by reducing his pay. The conflict between the two opposing sides is then interrupted after the water beneath their feet suddenly rises and floods the void space. After reaching up to the surface, along with Okarun and Ira, Momo discovers that the walls and ceiling have also turned into water and looks up in dismay to see the creature that she previously encountered swimming above them. A lot more paragraphs. Upon recognizing the creature above as Nessie, aka the Loch Ness Monster, Momo and Okarun swiftly swim away after it assaulted a Serpo. Beneath them, the enhanced crab alien unleashes an underwater shockwave punch aimed at Ira, propelling her towards the water ceiling, threatening to drown her. Despite claiming that his punches are more powerful underwater, the enhanced crab alien soon reveals to Momo and Okarun that he lacks gills, leading him to struggle for air as he begins to drown. Seizing the moment for a counterattack, Okarun transformed to his turbo granny form, intending to utilize his enhanced leg strength to attack. This goes on the battle scene. I'm gonna skip that. Noticing that a water. I'm gonna skip. They just battle basically through this episode. Last paragraph. Considering Momo to be the most formidable opponent, the circled over demon Nessie prepares to deliver a fatal blow after exhausting his water blast. As he readies to strike, Momo uses her power to bring the water down, causing the circled over demon Nessie mantis shrimp arms to tear apart, as Momo explains that they are unable to endure the force when removed from the water. In response, the Serpent Dover demon Nessie attempts to ensnare Momo with his teeth and plunges it into the depths to generate another water blast intended to cleave Momo in two. However, Ira uses her acrobatic silky hair to intervene, seizing the Serpentoro demon Nessie by the neck, leading to his defeat as Okarun utilizes her hair as a track to propel himself, ultimately splitting the fused creature while simultaneously catching Momo in his embrace. Alright, last thing. Following the defeat of the demon Nessie, Momo and Okarun successfully exit the void space and are initially relieved to find themselves on solid ground. However, their sense of relief swiftly transforms into embarrassment as they discover they are buck naked in the school hallway, exposing their underwear, prompting both of them, along with Ira, to flee in a state of panic. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And that's the end of it.
yeah. That episode was, I was not expecting that episode to go that way, because there's a bunch of like the main character Okarun is butt naked. The rest of them got like, you know, whatever swimwear on, underwear on, and
Oh yeah.
throughout the whole like that scene of them battling this guy, these aliens. They got like weird angles. His butt cheeks is out, and you know, it's just poses where it's like typical. It's like Austin Power poses where it's like something's just like right in front that would be blocking.
That's what I'm saying.
That is like, that type of comedy that I don't even know what you call it, but you know. And then it ends with them all like positioned damn near like, you know. Like a big ass embarrassment.
Be in college.
Yeah, it would be way easier and to talk about if, you know, they were like college students, but I don't know. That's just Japan, I guess, and their humor. I'm assuming this is, you know, kids in high school are probably eating all of this up, right? Like, you know, they're loving the shit out of it. Like, oh man, this is great. But I could really do without. It's kind of, you know, cool and in like a one or two joke kind of thing. But this episode definitely depicts it in like full length. You know, like, hey, we really about this, and we gonna do this for the whole 20 minutes. But other than that, it was a good episode. The aliens that they were fighting is the aliens that showed up in episode 1 that was trying to get Momo. So that's kind of interesting. You know, I thought it would be like episodic, just like new aliens, new, you know, just, but apparently they got some crab face subordinate trying to, you know, help them out, and they really trying to get these people.
Alright, I'm gonna try to zoom past these. Episode 10 called "Have You Ever Seen a Cattle Mutilation?" Let's see. Oh yeah, so they go to like the guidance counselor. Her name is Queen. She like some dominatrix type character. She's like, hey, why y'all in y'all underwear? Were y'all bullied? I'll beat them up. And I was like, oh no. They get out of there, so introducing another school staff. With the two of them now by themselves, Momo demands for Okarun to provide her with an explanation regarding his incident involving Ira during lunch. Okarun tells her the story that he was trying to train and she came and then she tripped or whatever and that he fell on her. So I guess Ira's kind of, not Ira, but one was kind of charmed by that. She's like, why are you trying to train for me? It's just a if you will they or won't they type moment, you know. What else happened? Oh, in class 2D, Ira receives comfort from her peers. They was like, cause she's the popular girl, and it was like, it must have been Momo's fault. Why you naked? She's bullying you, but she actually doesn't throw her under the bus, even though she's like her enemy. She's like, stop talking about her, and she leaves because Momo thought, you know, you just blame it on me. I don't really care, because they got to explain to their peers why they naked and stuff. Because that's crazy. What happens? While sulking over her confession outside the school, Ira is approached by Momo, who questions whether Ira has followed through with her plan to attribute the incident to her, throwing her on the bus. Ira admits to doing so, yet Momo detects her falsehood, having observed Ira's isolation, which frustrates Ira. The two then face the Dover demon, who speaks of his need to support his family. Also, that demon thing with the shrimp that punches, he comes back. Momo and Iroh prepare to defend themselves, but soon seeing the Dover demon fall to the ground, exhausted from bleeding a white fluid from his body. Uh, okay, so they apparently take that crab demon thing to Momo Psycho's home. He wakes up. Um, the grandmother skepticism, she mistakes him as a Kappa, which I know this from watching. I don't know if you know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They had a
Yeah.
movies back then. The third one, the turtles, they go back in time to feudal Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and they call them Kappas, which is it's a common demon or creature thing that looks like a frog thing,
Is it
kind of
frog
like
or turtle?
okay, maybe turtle. Yeah, yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's
Yeah.
called a Kappa. It's a character that appears a lot, much like the Nine Tails and all that stuff. So
Mm.
I just find that interesting. The Kappa, but it's not a Kappa; it's an alien. And then Okarun's like, oh yeah, the Kappas are theorized to be aliens. So he tells his sob story, saying trying to get money for his son who's sick. Following up, but they patch him up. They give him dinner. Following dinner with Momo, Okurun, Psycho, Ira, and Turbo Granny, the Dover Demon shares his predicament. Yada yada. Um. Oh, and then they realize, Psycho. She realizes that his blood is just the milk that they have in cows on Earth,
Cow's milk.
and so
Yeah.
they give him, yeah, they give him a cow to go home with. So shortly thereafter, Momo gets down on her knees with Okarun and Ira to implore Psycho to purchase new uniforms for them. While Psycho agrees to buy uniforms for Okarun and Ira at no cost, she informs Momo that she will only procure hers if she performs an impression of Hiroshi Abe, some character celebrity in Japan, I guess, having perceived Momo's intentions to take advantage of adults' financial resources. Momo acquiesces to her grandmother's request and is compelled to greet a visitor at the door while doing the impression. Upon opening the door, Momo is taken aback to find a new character, Gigi, her childhood friend and first crush, which Okarun learns about in astonishment from Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
and I
it.
just skimmed over. Yeah, that Dover demon. He goes back to space with the cow
Yeah.
for the supposed blood transfusions for his son, so he don't gotta fight in these streets, be a muscle for hire.
And the
So
whole time he's like crying and sobbing and boo-hooing,
yeah,
like, oh, I need this money, you get this blood transfer. It's like, yo, it's cool
he
how they
down. He
depicting these aliens are just not like, they're not just like how we imagine them to be, just they ruthless and they just want to kill us for no reason. They got their own
right,
problems
right.
to deal with.
Crazy as hell. Oh shit! I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
I low key got spooked out. I didn't finish 11 and 12, but that's okay. I'll still read them because I got spooked. This is with these ghosts and stuff, and I was downstairs in the basement.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, this episode 11 is called First Love. So this is gonna surprise me. Upon seeing Gigi, so he's this new character they introduced. Momo's filled surprised while Okarun notes the young man's appearance, which he believes conveys a sense of toughness. Nevertheless, he, along with Momo and Ira, finds Gigi's sudden surge of energy in reaction to Momo's expression at the door to be rather unamusing. After Saiko invites Gigi to make himself comfortable in her home, Momo is taken aback to learn from her grandmother that Gigi will be staying with them. This news also catches Okarun off guard, while Ira misinterprets Gigi's move-in as a signal that Momo is gathering forces for a significant battle, leading her to leave the house with a vow to stop Momo, much to Momo's frustration and having to deal with Ira and Gigi. Okarun gets ready to believe, but first complies with Momo's request to inform her that he will see her the next day, mirroring her previous statement, which stirs emotions in both of them. Okay. Three paragraphs. Let's read this. Momo seeks clarification from Saiko regarding Gigi's moving in with them. Saiko reiterates that this situation arises from Gigi's parents being hospitalized, and she feels pleased by the compliments he shares with her during their meal. While they wash dishes together, Gigi expresses regrets for having teased Momo during their childhood and reveals that he has developed the ability to see spirits. Momo is taken aback by this revelation and inquires if he has encountered a golden ball. However, after causing him confusion, she decides to retract her question. Gigi then recounts his experience of being tormented by an evil spirit in his home, explaining that the exorcists hired to help him following his parents' illness all tragically took their own lives. Damn. This led him to seek Saiko's assistance, as the exorcist had indicated she would be his final hope. After sharing his plight, Gigi apologizes for his past ridicule and for involving Momo in his troubles, but Momo reassures him of her belief in her grandmother's ability to vanquish the evil spirit. Nevertheless, Saiko informs Momo that she will be the one to confront this challenge, as her powers are effective only within Kamigo City, and suggests that Gigi's ability to see spirits may be connected to Okurun's Kintama. She also offers to purchase new uniforms for Momo if she agrees to undertake this task. Moving the goalpost. Following his transfer to Following his transfer to Momo's school, Gigi introduces himself to his new classmates, which quickly escalates into a flirtation with a female peer. He is subsequently seated next to Momo, who attempts to disregard his presence alongside Miko and Muko, with whom Gigi becomes acquainted. Momo's friends learn from Gigi that he lives with her and unnecessarily embellishes their relationship as being affectionate, much to Momo's irritation, prompting her to strangle him. Meanwhile, Okurun is troubled by the prospect of Momo severing ties with him should she develop a romantic relationship with Gigi, given that he is her first love. To distract himself, he secretly trains during lunch. His concentration is disrupted when Momo unexpectedly joins him for lunch. Aiming to prevent a recurrence of his previous incident with Ira, while Okurun is engaged in weightlifting, Momo offers to feed him, leaving him astonished. Just as he is about to accept her offer, Gigi interrupts by presenting Momo with her favorite yogurt, which brings her joy. Overwhelmed by the sight of Momo enjoying herself with Gigi, Okurun walks away, internally deciding to distance himself from Momo from now on. He then notices an anatomical model rushing towards him and shouts a warning to Momo about its approach. Startled, Momo prepares to use her powers to intervene, but is pulled out of harm's way by Gigi. As the anatomical model leaps her over them, Momo spots a shiny object attached to it, believing it is to be Okurun's Kintama. She attempts to stop the anatomical model, but is pulled by its running velocity along with Gigi, prompting Okurun to chase after them in an effort to rescue Momo. Last paragraph. Okurun transforms into his Turbo Granny form in an effort to catch up with Momo and Gigi, with the former struggling to maintain control over the fleeing anatomical model. The anatomical model, however, creates a significant gap by traversing the rooftops. Momo attempts to use her psychic abilities to seize Okurun, but inadvertently propels both herself and Gigi towards an oncoming bus. Damn. Just in time, Okurun comes in to rescue the two and has them ride on his back. While they are in this position, Momo reveals to Gigi that the creature he believes has captured them is in fact Okurun in his transformed state, which leaves him astonished. Together, Okurun and Gigi assist Momo in her efforts to pull an anatomical doll. In a bid to escape, the anatomical model disassembles itself and successfully eludes capture. Nevertheless, after leaving behind its heart, Momo is able to locate it by following its cries of anguish from her striking its heart. The trio eventually discovers the anatomical doll is in a junkyard. Momo assures it that they mean no harm and expresses her desire to examine the golden sphere attached to it. Suddenly, they hear a female voice from the garbage calling for the anatomical model named Taro. Taro rushes to the trash to rescue the female anatomical doll, Hana, whom he longs to see, and professes his feelings for her despite her attempts to persuade him to leave her behind. As this unfolds, Okurun contemplates the connection between Taro's declarations to Hana and his own feelings for Momo, leading him to blush in realization. What the hell going on?
It's this anatomical model. Just got feelings, got a heart, moving, jumping buildings, doing crazy shit.
We're just introducing random ass characters.
Mm-hmm.
Demon.
Yeah, they keep it going. There ain't no real downtime in DanDadan. They every episode something fresh, something new.
All right, last episode. I'm just finding out about these episodes as I read them. I ain't see this. All right, episode
Mm-hmm.
12. Let's go to the cursed house. Final episode. After bringing Hana to the Ayase residence, Okarun falls to his knees along with Momo and Gigi and begs Saiko to take her in. What? Saiko initially suggests that Hana stays at Okarun's house, but Okarun insists that the Ayase house is their best option. Momo chimes in, reminding Saiko that they allowed Tobogani to stay with them, much to the talking cat's annoyance to be compared to the anatomical model regarding Taro that he returned to the science classroom at their school, but will only agree to stay if he gets to see Hana every so often. She also clarifies that the shiny ball he had was a Christmas ornament, not Okarun's Kintama. What? After persistent pleading from the three, Saiko complies to let Hana stay, providing her relationship with Taro doesn't cause trouble for the neighbors. She then heads to the kitchen to prepare dinner, asking Momo to set the table. As Momo starts setting the table, Gigi comments on her and Okarun's impressive powers. After he witnesses Gigi remove a piece of lint off of Momo and proceeds to engage her with playful banter, causing Momo to smile, Okarun recalls Taro's confession to Hana and feels compelled to intervene. He vaguely informs Momo of his decision to take a stand, much to her confusion, and becomes prompted to sing around Gigi. This then leads to Gigi also singing along with them, much to Momo's irritation, as they disrupt her from setting up the table. Saiko shouts at them to cease the activity since they were kicking dust and instructs Momo to pack her undergarments in preparation for her to stay at Gigi's house for the weekend to cleanse the house of the curse. Okarun becomes shocked, thinking it will just be the two of them, but Momo reassures him that she planned to invite him to feel more at ease. Hearing this, Okarun states his determination to complete the assignment so Gigi can return to his home. Late at night, Taro sprints out of the school, eager to see Hana. On his way out of the hallway, he scares off a couple of students attempting a seance, becomes hit by a truck on his way to the ISA residency. Meanwhile, at the ISA residency, Momo waits with Hana, reassuring her that Taro will arrive and promises to stay by her side until he does. By morning, Taro finally arrives, apologizing to Hana for his delay and explains that he had to reassemble his body parts after his truck accident. Momo, waking from a doze, catches sight of Taro kissing Hana and is thanked by Taro for staying by Hana's side. She is then stunned to learn of Taro's plan to meet Hana daily. Meanwhile, Gigi lies awake, unable to sleep, haunted by the image of the spirit lurking in his house. Damn. After finishing a game of cards on the train ride to Gigi's village, Okarun grows uneasy as he watches Momo enjoying a lively conversation with Gigi, who has just brought out her favorite snacks. Okarun attempts to block out his jealousy by focusing his mind on reclaiming his katana, which leads to him accidentally shouting it out loud to Momo after she senses his discomfort, much to her amusement at his single-minded focus. Gigi misinterprets this as a dirty joke, but Momo quickly clarifies it isn't the case. As the two continue their pleasant chat, Okarun tries to shift the attention back to himself by bringing up the topic of the Tsuchinoko. He manages to pique Momo's interest momentarily, but Gigi then mentions a shrine dedicated to the Tsuchinoko in his village, stealing the spotlight again. Okarun, determined not to be outdone, mentions a shrine dedicated to Akape. This intrigues Gigi, who then questions whether the cryptid Nessie also exists. Surprisingly, Okarun finds himself engaged in an enjoyable conversation with Gigi, who expresses his respect and admiration for Okarun's knowledge as a friend. Noting how Gigi called him a friend, Okarun awkwardly admits his awkwardness, which causes Momo to blush at the Ken Takakura quote. And he then wonders why he finds it so hard to dislike Gigi. Alright. Upon arriving at the village, Momo's eyes light up with delight at the sight of the village being a hot springs district. Gigi explains that the hot springs are linked to his father's work studying volcanoes, which is why his family moved to the village. Momo, curious, asks if the village volcano is likely to erupt and is reassured by Gigi that the volcano is dormant and hasn't erupted in about 200 years. After climbing a steep flight of stairs, the trio finally reaches the Enjoji house. Momo, sensing nothing out of the ordinary, suggests taking some time to rest while also being exhausted from the walk. Okarun notices something in the woods but dismisses his uneasiness as Momo requests for him to head inside. Unbeknownst to Momo, Okarun, and Gigi, a group of people stand observing them from the shadows of the forest. Alright, last paragraph. After scouring... What time is it? Okay, 7. After scouring the house for any signs of paranormal activity, Momo concludes that the ghost must be hiding due to its weak spirit energy, making it hard for her to detect. Which was a sign for her that eliminating it will be easy. She then decides to visit the hot springs in the meantime and leaves Okarun and Gigi, with the latter inviting Okarun to play a game of soccer with him. As Okarun learns how to kick the ball around by Gigi, Gigi casually asks if he has feelings for Momo. Much to his shock, Okarun responds that he respects her, which leads Gigi to point out all the things he likes about Momo. This sparks a friendly debate between them on who likes Momo more. Meanwhile, Momo relaxes at the hot spring, wondering if Okarun is getting along with Gigi as his first male friend. Unbeknownst to her, a few men are secretly peeking at her. Wow. After Gigi attempts to choke Okarun to have him admit defeat, Okarun interrupts their argument when he informs Gigi that he notices a mysterious structure connected to the house. At the hot spring, Momo starts to feel lightheaded and decides it's time to get out. Just as she's about to leave, a group of men enters and informs Momo that the hot spring is a mixed bath, as said on the rusted sign. Wow. While blocking her path, one of the men begins to talk about gators, claiming they often show up in the hot springs to target women, which prompts him and his colleagues to act as such by slowly closing in on Momo. Wow. Momo attempts to summon her powers to defend herself, but finds herself too lightheaded and is quickly grabbed by the hands and pushed down into the water. Wow. Making her unable to fight back. Grabbing a sledgehammer, Gigi breaks through the wall and discovers a room filled with talismans. Much to him and Okarun's shock, that hints to them that there is a deeper secret within the house. Mm-hmm. Thus concludes episode 12.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack right there, because when I was watching it, I'm like, okay, gotta be another episode, right? This can't be like where the season ends.
You just want to cliffhang us on a Diddy party?
Yeah, it was like, I'm like, I went back to Crunchyroll. I'm like, oh man, I missed the last one. Let me go watch it this week. I'm like, nah, that was it. That's where it ended.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to point out a few things, Okarun definitely, I think he's justified for like feeling and acting the way he's acting, especially while Gigi's around, fake, looking like he's trying to get back with Momo and things like that. So I get how he's acting, but the city or the town that Gigi is from, or where they end up going, looks really nice. It looks like one of those. I'm assuming, I don't think they mention it, but it's like if you ever go visit a volcano town and it's like a bunch of stairs leading up to the big volcano, and there's a bunch of like, how I would like to call it, corner stores like on the way up, like. It has that. There's a shot in there in the anime that shows it. It's like, yo, it looks pretty dope. Like, and the reason I bring it up is because I think me and my brother locked in on this Japan trip in October and stuff like that. I kind of want to see, maybe for like a little day trip or something like that. Dope. Yeah.
Definitely go to an onsen or a hot
spring town or something like that. Yeah,
that's gonna be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Take hella pictures, take some videos. That is DanDadan. You've been rocking with us, yeah. We finished it. Man. Let us know in the comments what y'all thought about it, and if y'all looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of season 2, we do have a trailer already, so let's go ahead and review that. I'm gonna send you the link.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Hungry.
Let me know when you got that queued up.
Yeah, man. Can't wait till I go to Japan.
So many things I want to do. I don't think I can do it all in one trip.
Do it all in one trip. Yeah.
I just want to see all the beautiful places, see what the nightlife is like, because it always seems to be different from from the U.S. nightlife.
Do it now before Outside gets canceled.
Outside get canceled, yeah.
All right, I got it.
All right, I'm about to queue it up. This is our first time reacting to season 2 DanDadan trailer, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna just count it down. 3, 2, 1, play. This picks up right where we get right where we left off.
Yeah. Haru. Ew. Why is it dripping like
Oh yeah.
Ew. Why he ripped? Oh shit.
All right.
Okay.
That looks
July.
good.
Not too
Definitely.
far away.
Yeah. Definitely hints at Gigi getting a little power boost. It looks like he's gonna be added to
Yep.
the crew of Supernatural.
Added to the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that Ira girl is gonna make good on her promise and come back with a clique of of I don't know, people exercising.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you this one. This is Paradise, Hell's Paradise season 2.
I forgot where it ended up. They were still on the island.
It was still on the island, and they just started learning to adapt to that energy on the island. If that makes sense. And they were fighting do they call them the Tensen?
Yeah.
So they was losing at first, but then they started to like tap into that energy. I forgot the whole like energy system, but I don't know if it was yin and yang, but something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
All right, I got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Damn, 2026?
Yeah, that's tough.
Damn.
All right.
Okay. Guess I gotta get the manga.
Yeah, cause that ain't tell us nothing. They ain't tease us anything. I ain't get much of anything out of that one, but okay. Yeah, I think we can wrap it up right off that one. What
All
else you
right.
got, man?
Nothing much. You been watching Daima?
Off and on, not consistently enough, I would say. Wow.
Okay.
What you think?
Watch episode when we get to episode 11. Maybe we'll talk about that. It was pretty epic.
Okay. All right. Cool. Bet.
Well, yeah, I don't got nothing else. That was pretty long. Ran through all them episodes. So.
We ran through it with hopes that we can get back on track with Solo Leveling. So
Yes.
forgive us. But maybe next episode we might do a reaction style of season 2 Solo Leveling, like episode 1. Maybe just straight up. Let's try it. Let's see what if copyright. Hopefully copyright don't hold us back, but let's see if we could just do a whole, a full episode react and see what that's like.
I'm with it. I don't know.
But I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it here.
Till next time. It's been 2 weeks in the pod. Take it easy. Peace.
Yes, sir. We out of here.